Will I be vindicated by painting this miniature? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. So the Vindicator is primed with Wraith Bone by Citadel Color because we're going to be using some shades and some contrast paints. And we're starting off with Reikland Fleshshade. And this is a shade, of course, and it's going to be going on his wings. Reason for this is because I want to do a really nice, leathery, fleshy look to these wings. He also has an orange color. Now you could have used contrast paint. You could have used like Fireslayer Flesh or Guilliman Flesh or whatever the other one is, Dark Oat Flesh. But no, I just wanted a nice little hint of color to these wings. I didn't want like a ton of contrast in there. I didn't want like super high details. Anyways, it's flat, right? You won't get many details in there anyways. So this Reikland Fleshshade was the perfect choice for these wings. And what I'm going to do to them later to make them really pop is just, I don't know. I really loved painting this miniature. This guy is a roaming monster, by the way. And he's one of the first ones I'm going to be painting. Don't worry, I'll be back with some other bosses I have also that are also considered roaming monsters. Anyways, Skeleton Horde is next for his face and horns. Now I'm doing the entirety of the face. Yes, it's not supposed to be, but it's because I'm going to come over and paint over that later on. Some Black Templar now. We're going to be doing this for that scarf that he has around his neck. This is a good color. I mean, if you're going to use contrast paints, either use white or the Wraith Bone or like which I use here, or the Gray Seer. Because contrast works better on that. As you saw in one of my videos, I used like a very dark gray with some speed paints. It doesn't do a great job, but anyways. Basilicanum gray now. We're going to be doing this on the entirety of his robes. Well, actually just the bottom part of the robes. Like the other robe or the cloak or whatever is going to be done in a different color. This works really great on this because it gets into all the little crevices and really makes that cloak pop. And if you're liking these Massive Darkness videos, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, like which most of you are, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps the channel grow. We're moving on now. We're using a shade called Fuegan Orange? Fuegan? I don't even want to know how to say that. Fuegan? The Fuegan Orange. We're going to be doing this on just the like skin parts of the wings, so don't touch like the bone parts or whatever. Now on the outside is different because it's going over the bone parts, so you can go with the orange on that, except for the ones like I didn't touch the ones on the outside, so that shows like still the bone part of that wing. So this, you want to just make sure like on the inside here you just get the skin, and as you can see now, it really gives a nice orange, leathery, fleshy look to those wings. Look beautiful. Gryph-Hound orange is next, so he had like this headpiece there, like a cloth around the mask. We're also going to be doing this on his belt. We're going to be doing this also on that big cloak of his as well. Oh yeah, and some reason his skin was orange, so I decided to use the same orange on his skin. And I also do his hands with this, so the inside part of the flame that's coming out of his hands. And you'll see I'll finish out the flames later on with a different color, but this is just to get his hands and, like I said, the skin. I moved ahead a bit in the video here just so that we can get to the cloak part, and as you can see, putting that Gryph-Hound orange on that as well. Again, it's a flatter surface, so you won't get many details. You could dry brush some lighter orange or even like a red maybe on top of it or something like that to give it like a little bit more depth. I didn't do that, but you know, if you guys, it's your own miniature, you paint it the way you want. Iyanden yellow now, we're going to be doing that for the flames. So what's fun about Iyanden yellow is that whenever it gets into the crevices, it has like an orange tint to it as well when it gets like thicker. So it has the yellow of the flame with the orange at the same time. You got to be a little careful because you got to get to the back of it too, so it's hard to get there. You got to move the mini around. But you can, you know, it looks good, and it looks like there's flames on his hands. Warplock bronze. So this is not a contrast, this is a base paint, and it's a metallic. It's like a dark metallic, like sort of like rough iron. We're doing this for his gauntlets. He's got one on both arms, so just paint those with that. He had like a darker metal on that, that's why I went with this color. Now pretty much to finish off the parts that haven't been painted yet, we're going to be using some Grey Knight Steel. This is also another base paint, not a shade or a contrast. It's a metallic paint. And now I see the blue tint in it very closely, and I saw it more when I was painting as well. When I used it on the other miniature, I couldn't tell that much with the lighting for some reason, and then I saw it in the video after. But now it's really blue. It has a nice blue hint, and you know what? I kind of like how it turns out on this miniature. You could put some Nuln oil to dull down the blue a little bit. I ended up putting some Drakenhof Nightshade way after this video was done because I realized I was like, oh, let's get into those nooks and crannies, and just wanted to do a simple highlight kind of thing with the shade. So if you want to do that as well, you can. Alright, Safety Orange now. This is an actual Army Painter air paint. We're just doing this for his eyes. It's a fluorescent paint because I've heard that their fluorescent paints are really, really good, and to be honest, it is. So there you go, folks. Vindicator, painted, ready for the table, and roam the dungeons. I hope you enjoy. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you all in the next one.